what you did to them because they both went at each other. But in no way am I down for anyone praying to Satan and his demons for actual baby or person to be unalived. That is where I draw the line for me. So I don't think it's hypocritical because if she would have never did that little ritual or whatever, I would still stand on business. I would still allow her in my room because that's not my problem. That's not my issue. That's Aries' issue.
And watch
So then, hold on, real quick, Apple.
You really wait. So wait, I got a question now. Wait a minute. Wait,
hold on, Aries.
no, because this man, me and her, no,
Hold
this
on,
man, her.
Aries. Hold on.
No, because
hold on,
y'all
real
not gonna
quick.
get very passionate.
I know. Hold on, real quick, y'all, real quick. I know it. We itching. We doing so good, y'all. Look, but this is the hypocritical part. Then just say that was the line for you. Because what it made it look like, hold on,
I said that, watch me.
Hold on, what it made it look like in the live is that it was, I know, Bullock, I am, but hold on, like I really haven't even really spoke this whole time. Like, wait a minute, y'all, wait a minute. What I'm getting to at is that what it looked like, oh, I'm blocking her, I feel bad for Aries, when really what it was, this is the boundary for me. Because I think with Aries, and Aries can correct me if I'm wrong, I get what you said, she hadn't done anything, but to Aries, at that point, she had done something.
So if you would have been listening to the lives that I went in when I said she's no longer allowed in my room, I've always said I don't deal with demonic spirits. And the fact that she actually said she did a ritual, I don't deal with that shit. I have never said it was because of Aries. I have always said I do not deal with satanic ass, demonic ass people. That has been my reason from day one. Even if y'all heard me go out there and cuss Tea Time out, I brought that out. How can y'all allow her to do a ritual on a goddamn baby praying to demons and shit? I said that from day one.
So can I say
well,
something?
No, hold on, let Aries talk
I
real
got a
quick,
question because this
I know
is
she wanted to
involving
respond
me.
to something.
This is involving me. I really do feel like I should have all the questions first. I really do.
But I'm
sorry. I think that I know that
But
the
y'all
host
have
is
to
the
hurry up because I
host.
ain't got all day.
I understand that the host is the host.
Let them have that conversation real quick because I just wanted to ask that question.
But I wanted to know, like, wait. So what if she didn't bring up the voodoo whatever the ritual, but once she sit up there and put it on front blast that she actually was detention, would you have said okay?
Now, honestly, I still don't believe she detention.
Oh, okay.
And I've been saying that too. I don't think she detention. I think they playing with everybody. I do not think she's detention. I think detention gave her the password since everybody is blaming her. I think detention gave her the password and she just playing along with it.
Oh, okay.
I do not think she's detention.
But you can't say that you for them to give her the password and the login, she had to know from the beginning.
I mean, she know who detention is,
right?
Well, yeah, she know who they are.
So was I wrong for asking her?
But see, we didn't find that out until when? All that came out later.
So I got a question and then I'm gonna drop. So what can I make? Can I have two questions? The first question is, did y'all ever discuss what was deal breakers as a friend, as friends? Like, hey, if this happened, I expect you to do this, or this is how I handle this, and I want you to handle it the same way. Did y'all ever have that agreement?
No. So I said I wasn't never her friend. She was not what I consider her friend, but she told everybody that I was never her friend.
Okay, so no expectations was put on each other. So hold on, Aries. I'm going somewhere with this. No expectations was put on each other that one will act a certain way when something happens to the other and vice versa. So let's take it out of this context because the emotion is there. And let's say I fall out with $2 and me and $2 going back and forth and I'm dragging $2 dragging me. And then you cool with me too. Not as cool as you are with $2, right? But you cool with me too. When $2 fall out with me, would you automatically block me? Aries, this is for you.
if you had if $2 had a child and you had a funeral for her, I mean for her
Nope,
child.
nope, we're not doing
Hell
that. We
yes.
just saying,
Hell yes.
But you didn't. It
no.
ain't a real
No, we
funeral,
cause
L.
Hold on,
Kappa,
hold on, hold on. Let me
Kappa, I
finish. Let me
understand.
finish.
No, Kappa, I
No, I'm not
understand
talking
your
about the kid.
question.
I'm saying in general, if $2
No, we can't.
move
No,
in
because we not talking about in general right now.
no, I'm saying if
Because
$2
even
move, listen
wait
to
a
the
minute.
question. No,
Okay,
no, no,
what?
no,
No,
no, no.
Kappa.
Listen to the question. Listen to the question, Aries. You're not listening to the question. If $2 move a certain way on a certain person, have you always moved that same exact way with that person? Have you always
No,
done that? Okay.
no,
So hold on.
no.
No, she has
That's
not.
what I'm trying to point out. Hold on. That's what
And
I'm
that,
trying to
but
point out.
wait, no, let me
This
say
is
this, Kappa.
something.
And I told her that. I told her that when it comes with Chef and Diamond,
No,
that
I
she was
ain't the
over on
mediator because I'm
Diamond
gonna get out of
platform.
this.
That she was
Listen,
over on Diamond platform, kicking and talking to her, and I have never once told her that I was gonna block her and not talk to her, and she know how I feel about horse face.
okay, so
And I have
listen.
never once told her to choose or whatever she
Right.
trying
So
to
for
And
tell
the
when
me
I
to
was
do.
over there on her
so let me
platform,
hold on. Let me say this so I can
I
go.
didn't block nobody that I didn't like. But when they was coming for me, like Messy as Hell Page was one of them that used to come for me in a bundle all the time. But guess what? We was not allowed to block them. And so at that point, I was on board. Like $2 said, hey, it don't matter if they come in here and say something about you. But when this lady took it that far about my baby,
Okay.
when she was like I really thought she loved my baby too.
But
That's
understand
when
what
I
I'm
thought
saying.
that's when I thought that she should pick and choose.
Understand what
That's
I'm
the
saying.
only
But
that's the
understand
only
what I'm
time I
saying.
thought that she should do that.
Aries, understand what I'm saying. And $2. Both of y'all. I want y'all to understand what I'm saying. Y'all sitting here, both of y'all are sitting here. One friend or person or associate is saying, nah, you move independent of me. And then the other one is saying, I would have expected you to do what I have done or what I would have done in
Man,
this
I love
situation.
$2 and I
But
always stand up
Aries,
for
hold
her.
on, baby. Let me get
Even
this
after the
out so I
crew,
can let me
even
get this
after the
out. Please let me get this
say
out.
no matter
Listen,
what, and I still got on her platform
but
every day. I still got love for her,
Aries,
100%. I will
Aries,
always have love for her. So I did
Aries.
not come over here to make it seem like I just hate this lady and I'm
Oh
not
no,
gonna deal
she
with her no
definitely didn't make
more.
it seem like that. But
But
hold on,
I'm not.
real quick, because now it's 194 of y'all in here. So go ahead and donate to the Cash App so we can get this goal taken care of. I am crowdfunding. We was over here chilling, but I am crowdfunding for somebody that actually really needs some help with their bills. Their bill is behind; it is past due, and they are facing a shut off notice. They cannot work due to medical reasons. Yes, I have verified all of this behind the scenes. They want to remain anonymous because of the backlash and all of the shit that happens on the internet. But if you can find it in your heart to go ahead and donate, since you're over here being messy and you weren't over here for the positivity, and now you want to hear some messiness, but we're on 31 days of positivity. And while you're over here, please go to tap the screen because we went from 13 people to 197. So don't act up in the comments because tonight I'm not with the shits. We're trying to navigate a real conversation.
Okay, let me finish my thought because I'm gonna get on up out of here because there's too many people. I'm on my private account. Anyway, Aries, we just talked about expecting you out of other people. If y'all didn't have that conversation or that understanding, then you really can't hold $2 to it. $2, I agree that you getting held to a standard that you never agreed to. But I would think that if you was that tight with her, that you would have automatically like kind of at least reached out and said, hey, how you think you want to handle this, or what does it look like? But if it's applicable across the board, meaning if $2 don't block nobody that do egregious, disgusting, gross stuff, then Aries, baby, your time was just up. And that's just how $2 move. And I'm not saying, and $2, she wasn't talking about you or dogging you or nothing like that. Cause I'm gonna say it to y'all faces. I ain't gonna say it behind your back. At the end of the day, y'all had an association. Y'all did not have an agreement on how y'all was gonna move as a unit when it came to stuff like this. And it seems as though Aries is upset because you didn't move the way Aries thought you was going to move. And that is a conversation that y'all two women should have with each other. And I believe it should probably occur on the back end, but I could be wrong. I just think y'all need to talk. If y'all gonna continue this association, y'all need to talk and be on the same page. And Aries, if $2 say, I'm not gonna move that way, then baby, you just got a decision you gotta make. And you can't straddle the fence. Because if you screaming and hollering about your baby, then you better stand 10 toes down about your baby. And if that means $2 gotta get her ass gone, then she gotta get gone. If I gotta get my ass gone, I gotta get gone. You see what I'm saying? Ain't no straddling the fence. Oh, I'm still cool, but then I'm upset about my baby. But then I'm still cool, but then I'm upset. No, you be upset about your baby and you slice whoever the hell you need to slice the hell off and keep it pushing. That's the best advice I can give you. Save your sanity. Fuck TikTok. Good night, y'all.
So let
So
me let me say this before I
I
go
feel
back.
like
Let me say this. Let
I'm
me say this,
defending
Jerry.
it.
So I talked to Aries on the back end. I told her your baby is safe at home with you. When before I knew she was doing some ritual type shit. That's why I'm like, Aries, she gonna do what she gonna do. Her baby is safe at home with you. I thought it was just a play thing like she did for Nitra. And it wasn't until I found out that the girl actually wanted the baby dead. That's when I flipped the fuck out. And I want y'all to take note that I'm the only motherfucker out of the 9 who
Hold on,
actually went
$2.
off on people. I'm
Hold
the
on,
only one
$2.
out of the 9 that went off
$2.
on people. So the question is, where are the other ladies at?
Talib, can
Abundantly
I ask
said
you a
her ass.
question?
Hold on, real.
Cause
Talib,
y'all know,
Talib,
cause I'm making
Talib,
sense.
Hold on, real quick.
Talib,
Let her
Talib,
ask the question real
Talib,
quick.
Talib.
No,
Let
because I'm
me,
making sense.
hold
I am
on,
the
hold
only
on,
one. No, because
Talib.
I didn't cut y'all off when y'all was talking. So
Talib, hold
y'all strict.
on. I'm gonna mute y'all real quick.
Why are you cutting me off and I don't cut you off?
I'm gonna
That ain't
mute
fair, bullet.
y'all real quick.
Hold on.
I'm
Let
gonna
her
mute
ask the
y'all real
question because
quick.
she gonna navigate the conversation with y'all real
I'm
quick.
not cutting y'all off. Listen to me really quickly. As we navigate this conversation, a conversation is just that, two people having a conversation. Ain't nobody else but you and Aries got to do with this part of the conversation. If y'all are striving to move forward or striving to see where y'all are going to go forward, this ain't got nothing to do with Abundantly. This ain't got nothing to do with Nequa. This ain't got nothing to do with Mama C. This ain't got nothing to do with Candy Girl. This got everything to do with you and Aries.
Y'all, I didn't. The reason I asked Bully to come up to navigate the conversation between them two. So for y'all asking that, that's why I asked her
I'm
to do that.
I'm just saying, don't
Okay.
bring nobody else up because I can understand when you bring children into something. She can come back if she wants to, y'all. Talia has a voice. She has a big voice. It's
How
very
y'all gonna talk
vocal.
about
All right.
Pepper? How you gonna talk about possible on the back end when you
Wait.
told her to come up?
Let me explain this real quick. And it's gonna probably sound like I'm defending $2 again.
And that's fine. You
$2
care.
when the group fell out, $2 did say that she was not my friend. And that did hurt me when she said that because I did look at her as a friend. But after she said that, only thing that I could do was respect her feelings after that. So I didn't expect anything else from her as far as her defending me, as far as because for one, I never knew that Heartbreaker was gonna have a funeral for my son, to where I had to ask her that question that day, to whether or not she was gonna still have her up on her platform or not. But I respected $2 because y'all know it was a Jen situation, and Jen said that the reason why she was telling my business is because I wasn't her friend. But guess what? It had to be exposed from somebody else for Jen to say that. So when $2 said it, I respected her for it, because I'm like, okay, I got respect for you because at least you said it without you spreading my business first, or without you dogging me out or dragging me. You put it that right there on a platform in front of everybody to see that you said that you're not my friend. So yes, the heartbreaking situation did hurt my feelings, but at the end of the day, she had already told me that she wasn't my friend.
Okay. Can I ask?
No, real quick though, Trina, the reason that some interruptions are gonna happen, for one, I was listening for a minute. I know y'all wasn't in here, but I was listening for a minute, and even I got interrupted and was trying to ask some simple questions to get some clarity. And then the energy was not like it was. The energy was real calm, cool, and peaceful, real quick. And we want to keep that same energy because we on 31 days of positivity. And for the moment, I was chilling, whatever. So I had, sent a message, hey, Bullet, can you navigate this conversation? Like, I don't know where that was going because I don't know who that was directed to because I didn't ask for the conversation. I'm going to be honest with you. I think Kappa mentioned it and then Bullet and, everybody seemed comfortable. It's okay, that $2 drop, like, that's perfectly, like, fine. Like, no one should be forced to have like any type of conversations if they don't want to. I do think I'm glad that they did talk on the back end or whatever, but I think it's a lot that kind of needs to be said. And I think when we're not really having a conversation and no one's really listening, true conversations can't really be had. But I'm glad Aries is like talking about like how she's hurt at the moment, like, and respectfully, like what $2 saying had nothing to do with that.
And one of the things, and to be honest with you, I did, and I even apologized to Sabrina because Kappa brought it up about $2 coming up, and I sent a guest request to $2. I even apologized to $2 for.
It's okay, $2. I know you at work, but girl,
Oh no, you
focus
good,
on
baby.
work, girl. You ain't gotta
You
come up
good?
here.
Get
You
your
better
get
take
your
care of them people.
get your check. Aries, I want to ask this to you because that was the first question I wanted to ask. I heard you say that a few times when we were talking earlier when it wasn't that many people up in here. About how she said you guys weren't her friends in the beginning. And I think that truly hurt you. Now, if I'm honest with you, I was listening to you when you were just speaking. And outside of you saying that she said that she wasn't your friend, you said that you didn't have an expectation for her. And if I'm honest with you, what I hear is an expectation that you had of her in that moment of how she was supposed to respond to the heartbreaker thing. Because if you didn't have an expectation when we were talking about the boundaries things earlier and those things of that nature, your feelings wouldn't be where they are right now if there wasn't an expectation. And you can tell me if that doesn't make sense to you, and I can try to.
It makes a lot of sense. And Bullock, that's what I'm gonna say right now. I will take full accountability for all the parts that I played in that relationship or with any TikTok relationship I ever thought I had, because I was the one that looked at them as a friend and they didn't look at me as a friend. So I can't really look at them as the bad people just because I have morals and values and I look at things a little bit different than they look at things. We discussed this earlier about how people are raised, how people have their upbringings, and how they look at a friend and how they don't look at a friend. My friendship was, the way I looked at friendship was different. So I would take full accountability for me saying that they were my friend. And once it came out that they wasn't my friend, oh well, so be it. Because $2 did call me a friend. She has called me a friend. Because that day when I had got the gummy bear, because I was on live and I was joking. I was watching YouTube, because me and my husband was watching YouTube one night, and I saw the largest gummy bear in the world. And I told them, I was like, man, I was watching the largest gummy bear in the world, and I want to get one of them. And I told her about the gummy bear. And when I bought it to the platform, and we was talking about the gummy bear, because we weren't talking about mess that day. We were just being cordial, just having a good day on the live. And she ended up texting me. She was like, I forgot what color bear you want. And so when I told everybody that she ordered me the giant gummy bear, she was they was like, man, they so sweet. And $2 did say that day, she was like, well, that's what friends do. That's what friends do. So she did call me her friend. And Candy Girl gonna always do that, whatever she doing in the comments. But
Oh,
she
I
did
told
call
$2
me.
not to do
She
that.
did
Don't
call
do
me
that
a
either.
friend. She did call me a friend. So at that point, I did look at her as a friend. Like she even when she said the gummy bear, she ordered so much stuff for my baby Marcus. So that's why when Heartbreaker did that to Marcus, I just knew she was gonna automatically put her off the you know, like just say, oh hell nah, she ain't gonna never be a part of my life no more. She would never be welcome in the box no more because she loved Marcus. Like she, even if we talking on the phone 1-on-1, or we was like on a back end in a little group chat, if Marcus started talking, she used to talk back to Marcus. Like I thought like y'all said earlier, I don't need to continue to think that everybody else think like me. And that is my downfall. So I take accountability because I really do. Shit, as crazy as it sounds, I still look at her as a.
Why is that crazy though?
I mean, it's so. Hey Trey,
Why is that crazy
hey,
though?
I
hold on, let
still
me
look
see.
at her as a
Do Trey
because
know they in the
see,
box? Hey
it can
Trey.
it can sound crazy because I still look at her as a friend because after she did that poll, and then Candy Girl was laughing in the video that Tea Time played when $2 was sitting there saying, let's do a poll, and Candy Girl like, oh, I don't know when to take you sit. She was laughing at it also. And
Can I?
Okay,
that did hurt
that
my
$2.
feelings.
Oh, go
But
ahead.
Yeah, because I only got a minute. Now, Aries, nobody was laughing at you. They were laughing because I could not remember the question that I asked 3 seconds ago because I was sleepy. They were
okay.
laughing at me. So Tea Time put these narratives in your head all the time and you be running with that shit.
Okay.
Nobody was laughing at you. And if anybody was in my room that day, they know that. We was not laughing at the situation
Okay.
at all.
Nah, Aries, is that how you felt, or is that how you felt after Tea
Well,
Time
when
talked
I
to you,
heard
or
about
did
the
you feel like
poll,
that? I don't know if Tea Time
I
talked to you
didn't
or
think the
not, but
poll. I don't think that the poll should have even been made. I don't think that the poll should have been made because the poll was made after the funeral for Marcus.
That's a lie. The poll was made to
No,
see
no,
who you
no, no,
go
no.
again.
Remember, wait
Nope.
$2. Remember when before I dropped out the box, the funeral was going on. It was going on $2. And then I asked you before I dropped because her first live got reported and she was dropped. Then she came back up and started the funeral again because guess what? Remember, DJ Lemon Drop was in the box also, and she was like, "Oh hell nah, I'm over here now, and I'm writing names down that's over there doing this funeral stuff." Yes, it was
Okay.
Candy Girl.
No,
I
it
am
was
so
not. And
sorry
the
to tell
funeral
you,
was
it
still
was.
going on.
Yes, the funeral was still going on. Yes, thank you. Thank you, $2. Thank you.
No,
The Candy Girl is up
you
here
just said I
and
had
over
it
here saying that
after
it
it.
wasn't.
You just said I had it
Okay.
after the funeral. It was during the funeral that I
What she?
asked
I
that
think what she's
question
Tylin. I think what she's
because you
saying is the
text
first
me.
time.
Yes.
I think
Chamba
The
said the likes is
funeral was
low, so
going
tap the screen and
on at
donate to
the
the Cash
moment
App.
you
when
heard me, $2.
the funeral was going on at the moment when I asked you that $2, and you said yes,
Right.
you
And right
will
after you
continue to let her be on your
and
panel.
after
And
you
then
asked
that's
me
when I
that,
dropped,
and that's
and
when
then
I
that's
did the
when the
poll.
poll started.
Right, but it was during the funeral.
Yes, I am agreeing with you.
But why would you just say that I had it after the funeral, Aries? You just said
No,
that.
No,
wait, you
I
did
think she
have
was saying
no.
she
You had
found
the
out after the
poll.
funeral.
No,
I found out
No,
after
she
the
just said
wait.
I did the
no.
poll after the funeral. She
Hold
literally
on, real
just said
quick.
that.
Can I?
Wait,
Hold
no, no,
on.
no,
Can
no,
I?
no.
Hold on.
Wait, $2.
Do you mind if
Wait,
I
two
give a little
dollar. Wait,
clarity?
$2. Wait,
Hold
$2.
on, real quick, Willie. Hold
You
on.
knew.
Let
Wait a minute. When I
Aries try to
asked you that
clarify.
question, when I asked you that question, $2, you knew the funeral was going on at that time because we was all there
Right.
on the live, and
I
people
asked
were
during the
telling us in the
funeral.
comments that the funeral was going on. Remember?
Right. So
Okay.
you proving my point. So my question was not in regards to the funeral, Aries, because the funeral was already happening. So Tea Time painted this narrative as if I asked the question as if she should do the funeral or not. If the funeral was already happening, that question was because you text me and you said you were mad at me. So that's why I asked that question. Should you be mad at me because y'all had got into it previously? That question
Yes,
had
yes,
nothing
I
to
did
do.
text you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that question, that poll had nothing to do with the funeral because the funeral was already taking place. And that's the narrative that everybody is going with.
So okay, I
Text
wasn't.
message included something about the funeral
Okay,
though.
hold on real quick. Aries, did you see the clip I haven't seen the clip. I wasn't in there for the poll part. I think I had left by then. When Aries dropped out of the box, I didn't stay in the live very long. I think I had left. So I wasn't there for the poll. So I can't speak to what the poll was for, and I didn't see the clip. Like, Aries, did you see the clip yourself of what happened and what was said during the moment of the poll?
$2. I mean, Tea Time played it
But
because
not just the
when she
clip.
brought up the poll, I was like, when she asked me, she was like, Aries, so what about the poll? And I was like, what poll? I didn't know anything about the poll because like $2 said I left the live and I text her and I let her know I was upset about what she did. That means I left the live. In order to send a text, you gotta leave the live. So I had left the live and I had text $2 on the back end. And when Tea Time played it, that shit hurt my fucking feelings when I heard it.
Okay, can I ask a question and can I acknowledge something? What I am hearing Aries say when Tulala brings up the time the poll occurred, what I heard Aries say originally was that there was two lives that occurred with the funeral. One was brought down, and in the interim, the poll occurred. And I think that's what she means when she says after. It was kind of after the first one, $2. So I think that's where the first discrepancy comes. The second thing comes from Aries. When you say you heard a clip, what I hear $2 saying is context comes with the clip. You may have heard that clip, but that clip is tied to the funeral that was occurring at the time, not necessarily the text message that ensued from you. And she's saying her intention, it may have not have been her impact, but the intention was the poll was solely from you being angry and texting her about what you felt in that moment, about what was occurring. However, how it was impacted upon you was that you thought it was attached to the funeral. Does that make sense? And am I right, or does something need to be corrected?
It's correct, but I didn't curse her out or anything in a text message. I just told her that I felt about her still telling me that she was going to allow Heartbreaker to be back on her platform. So I think that text message, when I said how I felt about it being wrong, what she said to me before I dropped, that's when the poll came about. That's when the poll came about. And that's when everybody voted that, hey, I deserved it, basically.
Okay. Personally, I have never felt you deserved anything, even by your words from what people said the night prior, right? We discussed that earlier, right? I
Mm-hmm.
told you what I thought, what my interpretation of was what you were saying was like, I know you're capable of this, so it's possibly gonna happen. However, in retrospect, you human. And when somebody's
Girl, $2 just told you that I texted her first
can
and I told her
Aries,
how I felt
Aries,
about what
Aries,
happened on the live. And
Aries,
then that's when she came back and did the poll. $2
Aries,
just said this out of her mouth. So why
Aries,
are people
So
on there saying that's not true?
Well, real
Aries,
quick, let's try to see what the
Aries.
comments. But I got a question for $2.
She
So the
just
poll,
admitted it,
Can
Candace.
we
so the
keep
She
it?
poll
just
had
said
nothing to
it.
do. So the poll
Don't
had nothing to
contradict.
do with
Don't
the funeral.
contradict $2 words. Don't
The
do
Can we?
poll
that.
had nothing to do with the funeral.
Can we keep it on y'all too? I don't
Yeah.
want y'all. I understand the 9 is pertinent.
Jesus.
Listen to me. Whether y'all want to believe it or not, people on the outside recognize the 9 as more than just associates. The 9 looked out for each other, right? Wherever y'all are right now, we saw the 9 as something else just from the outside looking in. So we know you guys felt something different. And I think that when $2 says something about you guys not necessarily being her friends, and I think there's some feelings there that people need to discuss, right? And I think that hadn't been discussed, which is why the ultimate feelings of this imploding has a lot more hurt feelings than what it should. Let's
I
leave
get what you're saying.
let's leave everybody else out of this in this moment. In this moment, I want
But
Tylin.
see,
And
it's
hold
hard for
on,
me to do that
Tylin.
though because I'm
Ty,
being treated unfairly, and the other 9 is not getting the
Tylin.
same treatment.
Tylin.
So I'm not
Tylin.
going to keep them out of it because why am I
Tylin.
being treated differently?
Tylin, hear me out right
That's
now.
a that. Hold on. I feel like that's a hold on, real quick.
It is
I
a
do
valid
feel like
question.
that's a valid question, but I think to get to that question, you got to get through like a lot of different layers of it. You get what I'm
Yeah, but it's
saying?
Right.
going
And
to
I
take too
think that
long, and I don't have all night.
yeah, I think that's what it is. It's just layers. Go ahead, Bullock. Sorry.
What I'm saying, Tylene, is in this moment, Aries is being raw and vulnerable with you in this moment. And I know that you are open to even hearing it. And I know you at work and I don't want to hold you up and I'm not going to talk long winded. But hear her out. She hear you out and y'all actually have a conversation about each other and where each other are. Can you address the "you're not my friend" comment first? And let's move from there to now.
I have never, that's why I said I don't even think I told you you was my friend that night. I've never told none of the 9 that they were my friends. I don't make friends that easily. And they know why. The back end conversations, I don't talk to my real life friends the way we talk to each other on the back end, period. And I'm not going to go into details about some of the arguments and the discussions that we had, but I don't roll like that. Did I care for them? Yes. So I never said at no point that I did not care about them. But I don't throw around that word friend.
And I can recognize that. So what Aries also said is that she felt like you built a rapport with her child, right? And so,
Yeah, little Marcus. Yeah, everybody love little Marcus.
right.
We've
And what
been
I
there
said,
since he was conceived. Well, we weren't there when he was conceived, but you know.
that's nasty, Tyler. What's your
I,
baby that girl?
you know
I'm
what I
joking.
meant. You know
No,
what I meant.
no, I'm good.
This is going left.
when
No.
she first told, when she first
No,
told us,
what
she
I
was
said to her
so
earlier was I remembered, and I abundantly had to correct me in the comment section. Sorry for bringing somebody else up, but abundantly had to correct me and make sure that I was correct in the comments. Is I remember you guys calling her little barbecue when she was pregnant, and you guys would comfort her and make sure that she was safe in a lot of conversations because people was coming at her. And so I think that that connection from the womb to the baby actually coming to life, there is a rapport there that she felt like you had with her kids. So similar to Sabrina and I are not friends. However, Sabrina has a rapport with my child. I don't feel like Sabrina would allow somebody to disrespect my child, regardless of if we take up for each other, which we don't ever in any of the shit that we go through. She go through her shit, I go through my shit. But if somebody talk about my child, she's not going to allow somebody to talk about my child. What I'm hearing Aries say is the rapport she felt like you built with her child from the womb to the baby coming out. And now that hurt her, that to her, it seems as if that meant nothing in a
I get
sense.
that. So, so this is how I roll in real life, right? Unless you are physically touching one of mine, you can say all you want. You can talk all you want. Your words don't hurt me. I told Aries that baby is safe at home with you. Nothing is going to happen to him. He's at home with you. But now I do believe in demons and Satan. Now, when I found out that that girl actually did or whatever they said that she did, that's when I became worried. That's when I called her a friend. And as soon as I called her a friend, I immediately put my foot up their ass. Okay.
Wait, so I have a question. So now she's your friend, or did you
And I
always
said,
feel
and
like?
I know, I just told her that the other night. And the reason why I now know that she's my friend, because I went live after she got out of the panel, after she left Tea Time Live the night of the funeral. She came into my panel, and I can hear, like, she was like, I'm not a crier. I'm around death all the time, all day. I face it all the time. And when I started crying, I was like, oh, I must have a connection with this girl. That's when I ended the live. I said, Aries, I'm going to protect you because I'm your friend. I ended the live. I said, I'm about to go raise hell in these streets. And that's when I immediately went over there and addressed T and Heartbreaker and have not stopped since.
Can you see how someone who
So
felt like,
but
can
I
you,
don't know why she's going back and past now, because now I do view her as a friend.
hear
Hold
me
on, but
out.
that's a good question for her. Hold on, real quick, Bully.
Oh, go ahead.
So, real quick, Bully. I think that's a good question for Aries. You know what I'm saying? Maybe she's just providing context about how she feel. But Aries, do you still feel some kind of way about what she said then versus what she's saying now that she considers you a friend?
Oh, because at the end of the day, I guess people call me slow because my heart's so big. I always loved $2. Even after she said I wasn't her friend, I still viewed her as a friend.
Did that
I
still
still
bother
told her
you?
that numerous of
Yeah.
times. After she said that, I still looked at her as a friend. So,
So there's
this
a
is my first
difference in
time. This is
my act.
my first time hearing her say this though. Now, but
Aries, I said that the other night. That's when I ended the live. I don't know who in the room was in my live. I said that the other night when I dropped you out of my panel because you were in the box crying hysterically. You don't remember. You probably don't remember because you were really upset. I said, as a friend, I'm going to drop you. Thank you, bless your heart. I said, as your friend, I'm going to drop you out of the box. I started crying. Then I said, I'm about to go raise holy hell. And I ended the live.
I never had harsh feelings towards her. Even when she said I wasn't her friend. Y'all saw I was still over there in her box and still talking to her even after this stuff. I was still over there in her live and I still been texting her as well.
I'll be right back, Bully.
I've always still had love for her.
I think
So once I label you as a friend, I move differently, and I showed that. Prior to that, I was like, that's just the homie I care for. We ain't friends. But once I labeled her as my friend, you can clearly see the difference on how I move, which is why I don't understand why all the pressure's being put on me and not the other girls that called her their friend. That's why I'm irate or mad, because I'm the only one who is now acting as her friend.
Can you accept that, Aries? I think one of the things you missed Aries say earlier, $2, was that her loyalty is different. She felt like she was loyal the entire time. So I think the shift in you saying you're not my friend to my friend, there wasn't a conversation that happened in between.
And
So her
that's because I thought she heard me the other night. So now that I know that she didn't hear me, all this is making sense. Because I literally thought she heard me. I've been sitting up here puzzled as to why she keeps saying I'm not her friend. Because I literally thought she heard me the other night when I said that. But now that I know that she didn't, it's making sense.
okay, Aries, do you recognize that?
Yes, I always said that she was my friend, even though she was saying she wasn't my friend. I love her. And
Even with her saying what she
that's a
said
feeling
just
that I
now.
can't, that's just a feeling I can't turn off. I mean, I can't turn love off.
Oh, Aries, love me, y'all.
Shut up. But yeah, I love her. I didn't hear what she said the other night, but of course I must take in whatever she's saying right now. Because I never stopped loving her that night. I mean, I was just upset and I was mad, but even though I was upset, if y'all noticed, I was still over there in her lives, and I still been texting her back and forth. So she knows it.
$2 just a check in. Ain't nobody dying that you need to go save, right?
No, I stepped outside.
Okay. Like you said you had a minute. I didn't know if
No,
nobody was on
yeah, I
the
stepped outside.
Okay. Well, I appreciate y'all two being adults and striving to have the conversation, Aries. I hope that you got the clarity that you needed for you two. One of the things that I want y'all two to recognize is when you have a relationship with somebody, sometimes everybody else needs to be silenced. And the only things that need to be heard is your own voices. Even myself or Watch Me Work, who's striving to kind of navigate a conversation. Y'all didn't need a conversation navigated. Y'all just needed a real conversation. Y'all just needed a moment. And so even the fact that you guys are willing to have it, that speaks bounds to me about the character of the two of you. And I hope that from what you guys have just said to each other, just in this moment, you take this conversation and go forward and have something even more private, so that you can iron out some of the things that may still be lingering, because it doesn't fix everything, but I think it has kind of soothed some of the questions, the lingering questions that were there. And y'all can correct me if I'm wrong.
I do want to say,
No, I'm glad.
oh, sorry, real quick. I do want to say real quick, I think that, you know, y'all, I've said this before, even when the nine broke up, that I don't like seeing like friendships like break up and stuff like that, right? I do think it was a bit like, to your response directly after, it was a bit insensitive. I don't think that you necessarily probably needed to like block her and be ban her from the platform, but I think in that moment, you know, Aries probably just needed a little
Block
bit more
who?
support. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Block who?
Heartbreaker. The Heartbreakers. That's what I'm talking about. I think in that situation, you know what I'm saying? I don't think like,
Wait, say that again. Say that again.
oh, what I was saying was like in that heartbreaker situation, it did come off a little bit insensitive. You get what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah,
no,
I can see that.
you know,
Yeah,
it did
I
come
can
off
see.
a little bit insensitive. I don't think that you necessarily like had to just block her right away and do all of this. However, I know that Aries probably would have liked to see that because she rides really hard for you. You get what I'm saying? So that's why her feelings hurt, because I mean, we do expect people that we ride hard for to ride hard for us. But we did tell Aries, you know, surround yourself with people who are like-minded like you, or give you the, you know, some of the same things that you expect and that you give to people. But Aries, I also want to say is, you know, if y'all gonna move forward with some type of, you know, friendship now or whatever, you do have to let go of certain things. Acknowledge like, okay, yeah, she did say like we wasn't friends and that hurt me at that moment because that's the place that I was at. You know what I'm saying? And $2, I hope you recognize that that did hurt her. But Aries, if y'all are going to move forward, like some of the things you do have to, you know, kind of leave in the past and just deal with like the current situation. You know, that heartbreaker situation was very hurtful
See,
for
she
Aries.
already know I left that in the past.
Oh,
Cause the other
good.
day when I was on the live after she stood up there and said that I was being funny, and I was like, "Girl, I don't care if you say I'm not your friend. I'm still your friend." She know I've been left that comment alone. I told her I was gonna force her to be my fucking friend.
The other, not force. You can't force somebody to be your damn friend.
Wow.
Every time you eat crayons, you eating the crayons you giving out to everybody else.
No, and that was just an example that she knows that I let it go. The just the
Yeah.
other day that just what hurt me the other day, but
Can
she
I
know I've been let that go.
can I say something to y'all too? I think Kappa made a good point in acknowledge and saying set up like what the parameters are of the friendship moving forward too, if there is going to be one.
Mm-hmm.
So what is the expectation of each of you when you guys are having conflict or when you guys are in the midst of conflict, so you know what to expect, so there are not any expectations or like I don't have no expectation to Watch Me Work. So that you know what the expectations are of $2 and she knows what that expectation is for what you guys have created. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm
But two
glad y'all
dollar
talking
I already
behind the
know.
scenes.
But $2 I already know. I don't expect for her to fight every battle with me, cause y'all y'all be seeing me in these streets. Sometimes I just go when somebody say something to me, I fight and I battle. I argue with anybody, and I don't expect $2 to just get in every argument I get into. It's just when it came down to something that personal and something so close to home, which was Marcus, that's when I thought that she would stand up. But I ain't never been mad at $2 for still being cool with a lot of people that visit her platform, and she knows this. That I done fell out with and that I don't like or they didn't like me. I never judged her for that. It was just that one time with Heartbreaker in their funeral. That's what really got to me. That's the only thing that really actually got to me. So I was like, at this point, maybe I need to stay the hell away from her. Cause I want her to be my friend, but at the end of the day, she don't got my back. The only thing I am is loyal to her. And I always show loyalty to her. I don't care where I'm at. If somebody bring her name up and they lie on her, I'm right there to say that's a fucking lie. That's a lie. She didn't do that. I always stood up for her. No matter what we was going through, even after she said I wasn't her friend. I still stood up for her. But like y'all
And
said,
she did.
I
But
can.
just make sure when y'all
But
doing
I
whatever y'all doing, that person is doing the same thing in return too for both of y'all. You know what I'm saying? Whatever you're giving to somebody, pouring into somebody, make sure they're pouring into you too in any relationship.
Yeah, and I appreciate this conversation because there's a lot of clarity being given. Because yeah, I definitely didn't want her to think that Candy or myself or anybody else was on the panel was laughing at her, because that was not the case. But that's the
Yeah,
type
that's
of
why.
narratives that other hosts put out there all the time. And timing does matter. The sequence of the videos that she played is imperative. So if y'all wasn't there, y'all will not understand the flow of the conversation. And it got everybody thinking a certain type of way, and it's not true. So
Well,
you
that's
have to have been there to know. Because at no point did anybody in my life ever tell that girl, we begged her to not have that funeral.
well. Yeah, I
Begged
was
her.
there.
Aries, can you
And even
acknowledge?
afterwards, when she came over afterwards, and I only let her up in the box to tell her ass that she was wrong. And then when she started talking like negatively again, I dropped her ass out of my box.
Yeah,
Now what? So
I was there for that
yeah,
part. But $2, this the thing, because you came in hot, girl, and I understand everybody be going to all these different lives and things be happening. And one thing I had told Bullock about before, like if I ever had like conversations with people or something else, I want to keep the conversation current. You know what I'm saying? Like, forget all these other people and what happened with this person in that live and that energy in that live. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody is just talks about things differently and navigates through conversations differently. And I didn't want y'all to like get into it or to be that type of, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't really like seeing chaos between people that I felt like was once cool with each other. You get what I'm saying? Like, it's like, let's talk this out. Let's see who really, like, where's the feelings? Where's the hurt feelings at? Because a lot of these situations is just hurt feelings that we not even talk about. You feel me?
The other thing that I can agree with that too. Aries, can you acknowledge that what $2 is saying? And I hate $2. I be trying. Thailand, can you acknowledge what Thailand is saying when she says Candy wasn't laughing? Because I heard you have a lot of energy for Candy earlier, and personally, with my own ears, I was on my food truck that day and I didn't hear a lot, but what I did hear specifically was Candy say when that was said. I heard Heartbreaker say, I'm leaving. I said this earlier. I heard Heartbreaker say, I'm leaving because I need to get ready for this. And I heard Candy specifically say, please don't do that. Please don't do that multiple times.
Mm.
okay, so yeah, I had the energy when $2 had just sit up here and admitted to something that was true, and we was trying to get past it, and then Candy Girl was down there in the comments saying it wasn't true. So that's why I had the energy for her then, because $2 had just admitted that it was true, and we were trying to get past it, but Candy Girl was down there like, that's not true, and it was. Maybe the comments are coming in real slow, and maybe she was talking about something else. And when I heard the clip about it, and she just explained, $2 just explained that they was laughing at her because she forgot what she was thinking about. And that's why Candy Girl started laughing. Because you got to be, like, everybody, sometimes you got to put yourself in other people's shoes. If y'all was me and y'all heard the poll going up on the video, and $2 is asking, like, okay, was it such and such and such and such? And then Candy Girl right there in the back, $2, I don't know what to say about you. I don't even know what to do with you. Like, she was laughing in that recording. That's one thing that is a fact. It's not my opinion. It's a fact. It was played loud as day. But yes, I can. I will let that go with Candy Girl. And because I'm letting it go with $2.
I think sometimes the comment section can get misconstrued. And what I'm reading, Candy says it was the timing of her comments, and she was saying that you were correct, that that's precisely it. And sometimes, like, just because you called her name, that's the only reason. Like, I'm even asking this. If Candy wants to come up, feel free to put in a request, Candy, because you are able to articulate yourself and say exactly what you feel when you want to say it. And I think that would do her a lot of justice in this moment.
And to everybody, I know there were people in the request earlier, and earlier I just wanted the conversation to be with them. That's why I didn't let anybody up. No disrespect. I just didn't want all the other opinions and different things like that. But now Candy Girl, needs to talk to Aries, so that's why we're allowing Candy Girl up.
Okay, thanks. I respect that. No, Aries, at the time when I was requesting to come up, that is what I was trying to, or was going to communicate to you. Exactly what T had already explained to you, that we were not laughing at you or the situation. T was very sleepy, and she would ask a question and then a second later forget what she asked. And that's when I chimed in and I was like, I'm really concerned about you. And again, as she expressed, the poll was not about the funeral. We did not go there. People kept spamming the comments about the funeral. We were like, we're not going over there.
Oh, I
We
know
don't want
y'all
to
knew
see
that.
it.
I was in
We
the
don't
box
want
with
to.
y'all.
We don't want to hear about it. Nothing. We did not agree with it, and we made that clear. And as Bullock already stated, I begged Heartbreaker several times before she left not to do it. So, and I understand you're in an emotional state at the time, and then somebody's feeding you a recreated story, because they recreated that whole story. Had you thinking that we were over there in agreement with the funeral and that we just didn't care, that is so not true. Anytime you've been in a vulnerable state, Aries, who hops up in the box with you?
$2.
And me. And me.
Yeah.
So don't listen to what people say. Watch what they do. And I always say that. Don't matter what people say. Watch what they do. And that's all I wanted to say.
Thank you, Candy. Sabrina, you good now? Cause
I think Sam's gonna be.
you hear my medicine
One
kicking
thing
in?
about it, I gotta protect Crown. Cause Crown didn't have anything with Heartbreaker knowing what they was doing. Cause
Hey, Chef.
Heartbreaker ended up doxing Crown
Thank you, T.
just because Crown told me that she was detention.
I'm
So
gonna pop also.
Crown is
Thank you,
not
Candy.
yeah, don't do that to Crown. Crown is not the bad guy. Don't do that.
I know.
Don't do Crown like that.
What happened with Crown?
Can
I
I
know
be
Crown
honest
got
though,
dumped and
y'all?
I'm
stuff.
reading the comments because Crown was the one that ended up telling me that Heartbreaker was detention, and they just been trying to say that Crown set me up. But no, me and Crown really do have like a nice TikTok relationship, like I told y'all earlier tonight, and I know for a fact it wasn't a setup because after Heartbreaker found out that Crown was the one that told me, she doxed Crown. She doxed her. So if Crown was working with Heartbreaker, Heartbreaker wouldn't have got that mad to dox her.
That doxing stuff is dangerous. I'm sorry,
Very much so.
that Crown got doxed. Like, that's crazy.
Yeah,
I think y'all let
Crown
that
is
shit go
innocent. Crown is
too long.
innocent. Crown was just looking out for me. Like a lot of people that didn't look out for me, because after she did show up to be detention, people that I did think that I was cool with, they was like, oh, we already knew it was Heartbreaker. Everybody knew it was Heartbreaker. But Crown was the only one, and one other person was able to get in my DM and tell me who detention was. So no, I would never believe that Crown set me up and Crown had any ill intent with helping me out. That's one thing y'all not gonna do is play on Crown name like that, because Crown don't even be in Miss. If you go on her lives, Crown don't even talk about Miss for real. On Monday is Bible study. On Tuesday she have topics and stuff. She don't never go on there and talk about nobody and dog nobody. Crown is not messy at all. So I do have to defend her. And that's why Heartbreaker ended up having a funeral for my son, because I wouldn't let her know that Crown was the one that told me.
Can I say something else, and then I'm gonna drop down, Sabrina, before you end? I want us, because I definitely heard some things in regards to not Aries, but I heard Candy and I heard Talia say like they feel like some things were orchestrated. I think that everybody is going to strive to protect themselves. And I think we got to be honest about that in the same instance. People's perception is going to be different from their experience, y'all. And y'all experience in that moment is y'all experience, and y'all can't take that away. But what other people was experiencing that night, that doesn't invalidate what their experiences were too from other people and other people's perceptions. I think a lot of times people just take their perception and move forward from there instead of looking at the full picture of things and actually having full conversations with everybody and being open to different points of views. And I think we need to do a better job of communicating with each other. And that would eliminate a lot of just the kind of just thinking of some shit and putting it out there.
Good point. All right, y'all.
Y'all got what I said.
Anything else you want to say, Aries or Bully, before I end this live?
Y'all can go to hell.
I said everything I wanted to say.
Thank you, Aries.
Thank y'all so much for letting me up and unblocking me so I can come up.
Thank you, Aries. Thank y'all. I appreciate and their insight. I hope y'all continue to work on y'all friendship off that.
We will. But thank y'all so much for letting me up. Y'all have a great night.
You too.